In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a really basic feature here inside EasyStone, and that is our Create Decal Cutline feature. And it's quite useful when you want to create a decal cut line for your rhinestone decals. If you want to cut your decal material to shape um, rather than hand cut afterwards. So let me show you what we've done from a programming standpoint to really simplify this process. So we're just going to come in here and select our design and click on Create Decal Cutline. And you can see it has created a contour around of our design. Now, if you look closely, however, especially in wireframe mode, do you see all these little tidbits right here? Well, the reason that those were created is because essentially what happens, what EasyStone does, is it offsets by a certain value. So let me show you an example of what we're talking about here, and then we'll show you the solution. If we right-click on Create Decal Cutline, we can set the offset value. So we're going to set the offset value to 1. So now when I select my design and I click on Create Decal Cutline, it's going to do the same thing, but now look at it. Look at it here. We've got one doozy of a mess, don't we? But we have a special feature from a programming side because, see, I make rhinestone designs all day long. Okay, that's what I do. So it's important for me to have a tool that will automate all this process for us with just a couple clicks of a mouse. So in the event we have a situation like this, we have a tool here inside EasyStone where we can hold the Shift button down and click on Create Decal Cutline. And you can see what it does. It gets rid of all that monkey business inside that outline. Now there's no special smoke and mirrors there. That's all done on the programming side to make it really, really simple to be able to achieve these things with just a couple clicks of a mouse. So that's just one real quick example of what EasyStone can do for you. And there's many, many functions in here that are like that, highly specialized functions that you won't find in other programs. The next thing I want to talk to you about, just real quick, if you haven't already seen it, is template output, because this is probably one of the biggest things that are so important when you're creating your rhinestone templates. So we're going to create our design, come over here to the miscellaneous tab and export our vector file, and you get this form, and we can put SS10 emerald green and 30s on template 1, and then on template 2 we can put peridot 6s and 10s on template 2. And we'll go ahead, and this time I'm just going to export right to my CorelDRAW document. But we could export any of these file types. We could even export all of these file types at one time. So for those of you who are doing design work, rather than exporting an EPS and then having to come back and export an SVG, we can export all of these with just one click of the mouse. Again, minor feature that we take for granted here inside EasyStone, but because this is something that we do every day we do this work, we want to simplify the process. In other programs, you would export an EPS, then you'd have to come back in and export the SVG separately. So let's just export directly to our CorelDRAW document, and you can see we have our emerald green, then we have our peridot that has 6s and 10s, which will be super simple to brush in. We don't need these on two separate templates. And of course, we have a separate separation for that contour cut line for when we're cutting our decal material for doing our rhinestone decals. So hopefully that just gives you just a real quick, tiny little input on some of the specialized features that exist here in EasyStone. They kind of go under the radar, but all these little things add up and really make a big difference. It will definitely save you time when you're creating your designs. Thanks for watching.